Switchback. Good morning, Saskatchewan. My name is Bill Wright, and boy, am I ever glad to be back here in Regina. We had a great time in Saskatoon. Can I have my friend, please? Excuse me. We both, a whole bunch of us, in fact, had a really great time up in Saskatoon last weekend. Thanks to everyone who squeezed into the Western Development Museum and helped us have such a fun time. And for you couple of hundred that couldn't fit in, we're really sorry. We're just going to have to get a bigger room, I guess, next time we go up there. And yes, there will be more air bands on Switchback. So if you saw the show last week or any of the other air band deals that we've had, and you're interested in air banding, keep your band together, keep working real hard. Probably this spring or early in the fall, we'll have another air band competition. Now, this is the fastest 90 minutes of television in the universe. Whew, so we don't have a lot of time for a lot of things, although I'll tell you, today's show is so great, we will answer that age-old question. If wool shrinks in the wash, why don't sheep shrink in the rain? Okay, but before you guys run out for your fleecy, let's run through today's headlines. And also on today's show, we're going to meet actor Bob Greenwood and dancer Dana Luebke. They call themselves Sun.Ergos. They're going to put a new twist to some real classics. That'll be a lot of fun. You folks will have a chance to talk to Sun.Ergos later on in the program. Plus, it's our regular feature called Good News. Thanks to everybody that sent in your good news. That'll come up a little bit later on. Plus, I'll be putting all of you folks in the know about sheep shrinking and things like that. We're going to close off today's show, because it was reading week all week. We're going to close off the show with Switchback's first annual speed reading competition. So there'll be just lips a-flapping away in Saskatchewan. You can cheer for your favorite speed reader a little bit later on. Now, for the last couple of weeks, we've been asking you folks to send in your artwork, pictures of me and the star of the show. Yes, it's pretty tough on my ego, but the star and I are very happy because we've got hundreds of entries, and I'm going to draw 5 winners right now. Pictures of myself and the chicken. Ooh, there's a good one. The chicken is the star of the show. That comes from Jana Katarna. Good-looking drawing, Jana. As I mentioned, I'll draw 5 winners. Each of these people will win a board game similar to Balderdash. This is sort of Art Deco type of drawing here from Shaw Wagar, I believe it is, in Warman, Saskatchewan. Thank you very much, Shaw. You're our second winner. Reach way down in here into the bottom. There were some rather interesting pieces of artwork this time around. I noticed people were usually better with the chicken than me. Jason, Basiluk, I think it is. Oh, there's an interesting one, yes. Bill with a good smile, and you'll notice the chicken here with the injury. Good job, good job. We'll reach down here. One more from the bottom, and then one more from the top. As I mentioned, each of you will win a board game this week. Oh, a nice pencil sketch. This one's from Trevor Brown in Borden, Saskatchewan. Trevor actually is a real faithful viewer, because I remember your name. Bill, there you are. Good-looking one, Trevor. I like the hair there, a little Corey Hart action. Let's see what else we can find here. Not so far down this time. Our 5th and final winner this week. Ooh, another interesting one there. Jason Monas. The chicken is the star of the show. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Jason. Actually, I'm not. Thank you very much. A good-looking drawing. Now, we've got all kinds of these pictures of myself and the chicken spread throughout today's program. So keep watching the show, and every time we go away for commercial, you may see your bit of artwork. I'm going to show this board game so you know that we're not teasing. That is the board game that those 5 people will win. So keep watching Switchback. Keep sending your stuff. And, hey, every time you answer one of our contest questions, you can always doodle in the upper corner, because we like to see all your good-looking artwork. Okay, time for a happy birthday greeting right now. Before we get to our first music video, actually, we'll dedicate this first music video to the birthday girl herself. Her name is Shelley Shaw, and the birthday greeting is sent to us from Shelley's smaller sister, Carrie. Now, Shelley, I know you're probably sensitive about your age, so I won't tell anyone how old you are, but I will show everyone. So, happy birthday, Shelley Shaw. You're 26 years old, and we're going to dedicate this very, very first music video to you. This is Stevie Nicks and Talk to Me. As you can see, we're having a really, really good time in here this morning. Hope you guys are having fun at home. You know, last year I had a chance to play with the Canadian National Women's volleyball team. And hey, this is a soccer ball. Smarten up. Anyway, I played with the national volleyball team last year, and as a result, they have invited me to play in a celebrity volleyball match this Tuesday night at the University of Regina. It'll start at 7:30 at night. And the neat thing is we want to get as many people from Regina out there as possible. Now, the school with the most young people out there will win a free volleyball clinic from the national women's team. And who wouldn't want a clinic from the national women's team? Plus, bring banners and cheer for your favorite celebrity. Now, there'll be some Rough Riders, some Pats, lots of important people. But, hey, myself and the chicken will be there. So don't forget to bring big banners and say, "Go, Bill, go," or the chicken's the star of the show, whatever you want to do, stuff like that. All right, volleyball's going to be a good time. I'm going to go get some good news in the next studio. Take my glasses with me. You guys check out the first half of this week's Get Smart.
Switchback presents Good News with Bill Wright.
Good morning. Our first good news story of the month was sent to us by Kim Statler from Regina and centers on the safe return home of young David Mitchell of Moose Jaw. David was abducted while going into the natatorium swimming pool in his hometown and rescued unharmed in Dryden, Ontario. I had a chance to meet David when he was visiting our Switchback studio, and I'm happy to add that David is very glad to be home with his family and friends. And all of the people who helped look for David while he was missing certainly demonstrated a very caring and sharing attitude. David's safe return is certainly very good news. Cora Leitch from Etonia, Saskatchewan, reports that some bad news became good news as her two sisters were slightly injured in a highway accident as they drove towards Lloydminster 2 weeks ago. Their vehicle collided with a truck and serious injuries were avoided, primarily because Cora's sisters were wearing their seatbelts. Cora also reports that the doctors and nurses in Corobert, plus the police and ambulance workers, were all very helpful and supportive. Once again, a potentially serious injury was avoided because of seatbelts, and that's good news. Also, some very good news for the good people in Dinsmore, Saskatchewan. This month, as hometown boy Jim Levens was called up to play in the NHL for the Detroit Red Wings. Now, Jim was in Adirondack, New York, when he got the call to play the next day against New Jersey. There's not been much good news for the Detroit Red Wings this season. However, Coach Brad Park calls Jim Levens the best puck-handling defenseman on the team. So hopefully more good news will follow Jim and the Wings from now on. Marg and Raleigh Levens are happy for their son, and all of Dinsmore and all of Saskatchewan can be proud of Jim's accomplishment. And I'm certainly proud of you, Corey Bauer. Corey, who lives in Dinsmore and who sent along that good news to us, will, of course, receive a good news T-shirt. So for you, Corey in Dinsmore, Cora in Etonia, and Kim in Regina, I'll be sending your good news along in the mail real soon. Good news that looks just like this, of course, our Switchback T-shirt. Remember, Saskatchewan, if you see, hear, or read about good news in your area, please send it to Switchback's Good News at our regular Switchback address. And if possible, send a copy of the article or photo if you can. If we use your good news on the show, you'll receive our Switchback T-shirt. Now, it was certainly a good news month for Stevie Wonder, too, as he picked up the top male rhythm and blues performer award at the Grammy Awards in Los Angeles. And it's good news for us, too, as we check out his latest video, Part-Time Lover.
To let me know you made it home. Don't want nothing to be wrong with part-time lover. If she's with me, I'll blink the lights to let you know tonight's the night for me and you, my part-time lover. We are undercover fashion on the run, chasing love up against the sun. Then she won't be for you, my part-time lover. We are undercover fashion on the run, chasing love must tell, last night someone rang our doorbell, and it was not you, my part-time lover. And then a man called our exchange, but didn't want to leave his name. I guess you can play the game of part-time lover. You and me, part-time lover. But she and he, part-time lover.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Professor Wright here, and it's time to put all of you good folks out there in Saskatchewan in the know. Very well done. We got a letter here from a young viewer, Dave Moore, who lives in Saskatoon. Now, Dave writes in and says, if woolen clothes shrink in the wash, why don't sheep shrink in the rain? Well, Dave, for you, I'm going to put you in the know. Matter of fact, when you put sheep out in the rain, they do shrink. Brought one along right here. This actually was a full-size sheep earlier on, but as you can see, it has shrunk. The good news, though, even though you've got your small sheep like this, you can always take them home and iron them, and then, of course, you get a sheep that looks like this. So no problem at all for you out there, Dave. That's what happens when sheep are in the rain. Another question, viewer writes in here, Carla Sprague, way up there in Laurent. She asks Professor Wright to put her in the know, and she does. Here it is. Was there ever, at any time on Earth, which would be convenient, a man-eating plant? Well, yes, Carla, there was a man-eating plant. In fact, we have a man-eating plant right on our show this morning. I am that man-eating plant. So, Carla, and the rest of you, have absolutely no problem at all. You got a problem for in the know? In the know. Professor Wright can handle it for you. Now, I've also got quite a few people writing in wanting to know, this is actually quite good, how toothpicks are made. Well, for you, No Boiseau, Amy Mayer, and Jamie Pichet, we couldn't figure out exactly how toothpicks were made, but we found something very close. You might find it very interesting to know that right here in Saskatchewan, excuse me, there's a factory that makes chopsticks. So chopsticks are just big toothpicks. So we're going to show you how chopsticks are made, and just pretend they're littler and they're like toothpicks. This is good. Chopsticks are helpful when it comes time to eat your breakfast. And hey, when you're a man-eating plant, who knows what you're going to have for breakfast. You know, if you've got an in-the-know question, Professor Wright probably has the answer for you. Now, you can ask us questions about absolutely anything, and we'll put you in the know. Don't ask me any more questions about man-eating lions or sharks or anything. All right, it'll get you out of the know. Forget in the know. But if you have in the knows, or if you have weird characters, and my goodness, our province is full of weird characters. I once saw a guy eat a plant. He's a weird guy. If you have ideas for weird characters, or if you have ideas for in the know, send them to us at our Switchback address. And here it is. Switchback, care of CBC Television, 2440 Broad Street in Regina, and the postal code is S4P4A1. All right, I had a great time this week at MJ Coldwell School. I got a small bookmark. I got a hat. I got this hat right here from a young guy by the name of Sean Francis. Thank you very much. I went to Rosemont School, my old alma mater. I got this giant-size eraser because I make giant-size mistakes, but no more. Plus, I got this giant-size Bill's pencil and a huge scrapbook. Fire this baby out here. Things like that. So thanks very much for all you folks out there in the schools that sent me all this neat stuff. And hey, send me something, get it on TV, and it works real well. What do you guys think? Big pencil? All right, we're going to take a 2-minute break, and then we'll be right back.
Hey, you got him?
Uh-huh. Be good?
Really good.
Stay ugly?
Show him. That's got fruit.
I think they're kind of cute.
I really believe in the products I represent. I mean, I use them myself. I think my clients respect that. First thing I do when I get a break is grab a Mars bar. It tastes so good at the end of the day.
Mars Bar has the goodness of milk, corn and cane sugars, and a thick, thick chocolatey coating. You get tremendous value in a big Mars Bar.
A Mars bar a day at work, rest, and play.
Where's that hot shot that says he can develop color prints in 1 hour flat? Here, String Bean. We'll see how you measure up on these. Huh, I knew it. What's that?
Job's done, Bruce.
Hey, these ain't bad, String Bean. You done real good this time, but I'll get you anytime, Bruce.
It's happening. You're off on that special holiday, a Caribbean cruise. Hard to believe, but there you are, strolling the sun-drenched decks, enjoying the relaxing atmosphere. Not a care in the world. Everything has been taken care of, including out-of-Canada hospital and medical benefits. So whether you're cruising the Caribbean or right here at home, be protected all year long with group medical services.
Medical services, looking after you and the ones you love.
Welcome back, Saskatchewan. We're very lucky to have a couple of very talented performers with us this morning. They call themselves Sun.Ergos. It's Bob Greenwood and Dana Luebke. Now, to start things off, these folks are going to do, actually, it's part of an entire composite called Chautauqua, and we'll talk about that a little bit later on. It's an Iroquois word, which means a place where you get fish. It's a place by the mist, but for our purposes, it means meeting place, excuse me. Poems, stories, and dance are what these folks do. They've been touring all over the province. They're about halfway done right now, and certainly you'll see that there's enough energy in these two men to wake up everybody's Sunday morning. So to start things off in our first segment, we've got Bob, and he's going to be doing Shakespeare probably in a way that you've never seen before. This is Jacques from Shakespeare's As You Like It.
All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and each man in his time plays many parts, his acts being 7 ages. At first, the infant, mewling and puking in the nurse's arms. Ugh. And then the whining schoolboy with shining morning face and satchel creeping like snail unwillingly to school. And then the lover, sighing like a furnace, with woeful ballad made to his mistress's eyebrow. And then the soldier, full of strange oaths, bearded like the pod, jealous in honor, sudden and quick in quarrel, seeking the bubble reputation. Even in the cannon's mouth. And then the justice, with fair round belly, with full capon lined, with eyes severe and beard in formal cut, full of wise saws and modern instances, and so he plays his part. Now, the sixth age shifts into lean and slippered pantaloon, spectacles on nose, pouch on side, his youthful hose well saved, a world too wide for his shrunk shanks, his big manly voice turning again to childish treble, pipes and whistles in its sound. Last scene of all that ends this strange, eventful history is second childishness and mere oblivion. Sans teeth, change eyes, sans taste, sans everything.
All right, thanks very much. That was Bob Greenwood. Now for our second segment, as I say, we have an actor and a dancer. So next up, we've got a dancer. This is going to be Dana performing a traditional dance. This is called Duktia, or Vagabond's Dance. Thanks very much, Dana. We're back with Bob now, and this time he's got a performance I'm sure you folks are going to find familiar and very, very delightful. This is from Dennis Lee's Garbage Delight, and this one's called Inspector Dogbone Gets His Man.
Inspector Dogbone is my name, and catching bad guys is my game. I catch 'em hot, ooh, I catch 'em cold, I catch 'em when they're 9 days old. I catch 'em here, I catch 'em there. I catch 'em in their underwear. I like to catch 'em by the toes, or by the mustache, or by the nose. From Corner Brook to Calgary, there's not a cop can copy me, 'cause every time I catch a crook, I hang him up on a big brass hook. Hoo! 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 Yet, here I sit in the old Don jail. Well, come, gather round, and I'll tell my tale. One day, as I was walking out, I caught a bad guy by the snout. Well, I mean, he'd robbed $1 million bank. I grabbed his snout, and I gave a yank. I grabbed his snoot, and I gave a flick. And then he played a bad guy trick. Now his greasy beak was big and tough, and with a snap, he bit it off. I mean, just like that, his smelly schnoz vanished down his smelly jaws. Well, at once, I grabbed him by the knee. He ate that too and laughed at me. His neck, his arms, his back, his feet, whatever I seized, that man would eat, till all there was just a mouth that swallowed itself and scampered south. Well, the case was gone. The case was gone. The nose, the toes, the face, gone. Well, I had no crook and I had no crime. My mighty brain worked overtime and figured out a mighty plan, for Dogbone always gets his man. Oh, well, I had no crime and I had no crook. The only person left to book was one whom I had long suspected. Inspector Dogbone, whom I arrested. Well, it didn't quake and it didn't quail. I just threw myself in the old Don jail. So here I sit to the end of time, easing my soul with a Dogbone rhyme, the victim of a bad guy's mouth that swallowed itself and scampered south. But please recall, as I rot in jail, Inspector Dogbone didn't fail. And please remember, if you can, Inspector Dogbone got his man. Oh. Ow. Ow. Ow.
Oh, that Inspector Dogbone is one pretty strange guy. Okay, for our fourth segment from Sun.Ergos, this will be Data once again. Actually, the choreography for this dance was put together by Petri Bodiac, who is from Romania, and he actually gave this dance to the Sun.Ergos troupe. Petri Bodiac lives right here in Regina now. This is a Romanian dance traditionally performed in the springtime to kind of wake up the ground and prepare it, the soil, for the upcoming harvest. This is called Sucitoarele. Come on back in here, Dana. Dana, I'll give you this to hold on. First of all, Bob, thank you very much. And Dana, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Certainly welcome you folks to Switchback. You guys are in the middle of a very, very expansive tour of Saskatchewan, about 60 different locations, I believe. It could be you've already seen Sun.Ergos where you live. If not, they're probably on their way to your school in the near future. Very, very exciting stuff. You're, like, that's work, what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I think that's good. It was interesting in that last dance. It almost looked traditional native here from the prairies. The same thing with the bells on the ankles and that whole thing. Very, very moving. And
well, lots of cultures have traditional patterns that seem to reoccur, whether it's the Indian or the Romanian or whatever. There are these recurring patterns.
We all live on the earth, and we all get our food from it. So
that's where the ideas come from.
Right. And that's like a 2,000-year-old dance. Another thing that I guess Rob is certainly involved in. I don't know if you
we
also
both do this.
Yes. Is make beautiful masks. These are paper mache.
Well, actually, they're made out of J-cloth. It's the same principle as paper mache, but it's J-cloth. And these are used in a legend called The Bear Who Stole the Chinook.
Okay. Maybe I can get you guys to hold
sure.
a couple of these up so that we can see them. And for you folks at home, if you're interested in calling Sun.Ergos, please do so right now. 359-1069 if you're in Saskatchewan. 359-1076 if you're calling long distance. Ask these folks a question about all the things they do. Their dancing, their acting, their mask making, things like that. You're right now involved in a tour here in Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
You're actually Calgary people.
Yeah, that's right. But the tour was put together by the Saskatchewan Junior Concert Society. Joanne Crofts is the executive director, and she's put together 62 shows for us all across the province. We've been everywhere from Good Soil to Rocanville, and back to Regina.
And points between. All right.
Yes.
We'll grab some calls here, fellas. Good morning. Welcome to Switchback.
Hi, Bill.
How are you doing?
Shane, I'm from Regina.
Hi, Shane. Got a question for us?
How long have you been dancing for?
Well, I've been dancing for 21 years. I started when I was 10 years old, so now you know how old I am.
And I actually started dancing when I was 12, but I started acting when I was 5, and I've been doing that for 40 years.
Okay, so
I'm about to fall apart.
Holy very experienced.
You better not.
I know.
Now, Chautauqua is the name that you sort of give to the entire program as such?
It's the old idea.
This particular program.
Okay.
We
have actually 5 for kids.
Yeah. And we've got about 3 for families and 8 for adults. And the Chautauqua is a mixture of a variety of things for kids.
Okay. And it means meeting?
Well, it's a meeting place, yeah.
Okay. Good morning. Welcome to Switchback.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Fine. What got you guys interested in this?
Can I answer that?
Sure.
Okay. Well, when I was about 5 years old, I started doing some things in a church basement, doing some recitations, and then there were community theater groups and things around, and there was an old vaudeville opera house nearby, and we were always going to that, so it got me interested, and I wanted to communicate.
This is a program where you can work on people's kind of their emotional side, their spiritual side, their fun side. It's not really right or wrong when you go to a school. This way you get to just say this is it, and it's what it is.
Yeah.
Our contest question this week for all you Switchback viewers, and you've got a chance to win some valuable prizes here on Switchback, is to tell us what Chautauqua means. Write down what Chautauqua means and send it to us. Here's our Switchback address. Switchback, care of CBC Television, 2440 Broad Street in Regina, and the postal code is S4P4A1. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for your performance. You're certainly welcome to hang around and help me out for the rest of the program. For you folks out there, pay close attention and hang around by your telephone, because I may be calling you guys in 2 minutes. These are...
This is Coffee Mate, the most expensive powdered coffee whitener you can buy. On a spoon, it looks exactly the same as any other whitener. Stir it in, and you still can't tell the difference. So why spend more on Coffee Mate? Because of what we can't show you. The way it tastes. That's why more Canadians buy Coffee Mate than any other whitener. Oh yes, the price, if you're willing to splurge, is a fraction of a cent more per cup. A small price to pay for a better cup of coffee.
Somebody have any change? of a new generation.
Going to the Brown Derby. Honey, kids, we're going to the Brown Derby.
This is the best part. At the Brown Derby Family Restaurant, there are many reasons for you to enjoy yourself. The elegant atmosphere, excellent food, tempting menu, nightly entertainment, Sunday brunch, and our reasonable prices. But the most popular reason is we'll make you feel like someone special.
And no autographs, please.
The Brown Derby Family Restaurant, 3926 Gordon Road, 2 blocks east of the Luebke.
Buns Master. Buns Master. Buns Master. Baked fresh every day. Variety, self-service, low prices. Make meals special. Buns Master. 3 Regina locations. 623 Park Street, 3936 Gordon Road, and 176 University Park Drive. Open 7 days a week. Check it out, but beware. A visit to Buns Master Bakery tends to become habit-forming.
Welcome back, Saskatchewan, and welcome to show number 72 of all time. We started a contest a little while ago that's called Small Town Contest, and so far we've got about a dozen letters, excuse me, and we certainly enjoy getting those types of letters. Now, what it is in the Small Town Contest that we want you to do is write to us and invite us to your small town. Now, it can be basically any place other than Regina or Saskatoon, and invite us out on a Monday and put on the biggest spiel you can. I'll give you an idea of things. Maybe have a special parade for us, or close down the school. Maybe we've got some nifty grain elevators, big department stores. I'd like to be fire chief personally. But anything you can do, especially if it involves food, because, you know, like, I'm a hungry guy. Put all those things together on any Monday and invite us to your small town. Chances are we just might visit your small town. So bribe us with the best thing you can about your little town and then send it to us at this Switchback address. Switchback, care of CBC Television, 2440 Broad Street in Regina, and the postal code, everybody knows it, S4P4A1. Yes, a lot of you folks may not realize it, but Alexander Graham Bell had his birthday just on Monday. Of course, he's pretty old now, so sort of lost count of all his birthdays. Actually, it was just this week the first long-distance phone call was made between Paris, Ontario, and Brantford, Ontario. So to celebrate Alexander Graham Bell's big announcement, I'm going to phone out to somebody, and remember, if I call you, what I want you to say is, make it quick. I'm watching Switchback. Let me grab a phone number here. I don't hear this thing. Why don't I hear it? I don't think our phone is working. Whoops. Excuse me. I found the problem. I only work on at SaskTel now and then. God, this is amazing stuff. Only thing I've fixed in my life, I think. Except the card game once with my little sister, but that doesn't count. All right, if this is your phone and it's ringing, pick it up and say, make it quick. I'm watching Switchback, and you could win this record album here. It's called Hot Tracks. Ooh, yes, and it is a dandy album. Oop, I heard a ring. I heard a ring. Make it quick. I'm watching Switchback. That's 2 rings, of course. We allow for 4, and then we move on. That would be the 3rd ring. You know, it's going to be very disappointing if no one's home. All right, I'm devastated. Obviously, they didn't make it quick enough. So, what, no album this week? Lynn, I'm pouting. Can we call some more people? How are we doing for time? Can we call some more?
Call some more.
Okay. We'll try one more person out there. Let me find someone who I know is going to be watching. Let's see here. All right, here we go. If this is your phone ringing, run over to it and say, make it quick. I'm watching Switchback. Give you a bit of a hint. I'm calling, where am I calling on this one? I forget who I called. Ooh, that's going to be difficult.
Hello?
Hello, who am I speaking to, please?
Diane Missick.
Oh, Diane, is Nadia there, please?
Who?
Nadia?
Yes, that's my daughter.
Could I speak with her, please?
What is it for?
It's just for a little while. Just for about a minute. My name is Bill Wright from the television program. I'll give you a hint. If she comes to the phone...
Okay, sure.
Okay, you know what to say, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, you tell her.
Okay, next.
Okay. Ooh, I think we're going to have a winner this time. We had to kind of twist their arm, I realize.
Huh?
You just said hello. Nadia, you're supposed to say, make it quick. I'm watching Switchback. Ooh. You get the giant raspberry. Nadia, like you're a faithful fan of Switchback. You wrote in, you gave me your phone number, and like you blew it. You could have won the album, but thanks again. Maybe I'll call you later.
Bye.
Bye. That's wonderful. All right, we're going to try one more? Okay, we'll try one more. This time, I'll remember who I'm calling because that'll be helpful as we go through this process. Actually, I'm calling somebody on the highway between Regina and Saskatoon. That's a little bit of a hint. Actually, these people live right on the highway. They're just beside the yield sign there. There's a... never mind. Davidson. I'm calling Davidson, Saskatchewan. Remember, make it quick. I'm watching Switchback.
Make it quick. I'm watching Switchback.
There you go. There you go. Brent, how are you doing out there today?
Good.
Good. You just won our Hot Tracks album. Congratulations.
Yep.
You watch Switchback quite often, don't you?
Yep.
Thanks for sending me your phone number. And thanks for saying those correct words. I was just about to give up on all kinds of people.
Yep.
So I'll send you that in the mail this week.
Okay.
Thanks, Brent.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye. Is that it? One more? No more? Okay, one more. You guys want one more? Yeah! Oh, my goodness. It's a resounding yes. I'll dial quickly here. We're going to make one more call. And remember, if this is your phone ringing, say, did you order a pizza? No. Say, make it quick. I'm watching Switchback and win. Well, you won't win this album because I'm going to send this album to Brent. But you'll win an album that's just like this album. Where am I calling this time? I'm calling Waldheim, Saskatchewan. There's a hint. So if your phone's ringing, you're not in Waldheim, it probably is for pizza.
Hello?
Hello, is Tracy there?
No, she's at Sunday school.
Oh, she's at Sunday school. Gosh, if she'd have been there and she'd have answered, make it quick, I'm watching Switchback, she could have won a record album. Of course, if you would have said, make it quick, I'm watching Switchback, you could have won a record album.
Oh, dear.
Oh, that's a shame. What's your name?
My name is Janice. I'm her mother.
Oh, Janice. Well, that's a shame, but thanks anyway. I might be calling later.
Later? This is what is your name, Bill?
Yeah, that's my name, Bill.
Oh, she'll be so upset.
No, she won't. She's probably doing real well at Sunday school, but thanks anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Have a wonderful life.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, bye now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Whew. All right, things are hopping here in our studio. Be quiet. Time to get now to the exciting second part of this week's Get Smart. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, the sports event of the season is about to take place. Well, okay, so maybe it's not that big a deal, but we think it's a big deal. This week is Reading Week all over the place, and I visited 3 schools and found these 3 speed readers to come and help us on our competition. Now, normally reading is something that you are supposed to do for comprehension and clarity. No, not on Switchback. We're going to speed read as fast as we can, and let me introduce the contestants to you. First of all, on the far left-hand side, we've got Scott Speedo Beck. Let's give him a hand. There you go, Scotty. Scott's from M.J. Coldwell School. Second, we have Melanie Gerhardt. Her nickname is Lightning Lips. All right, Lightning Lips. She comes from Stuart Russell School. And our third competitor from Rosemont School, this is Robin the Flash Graff. All right, our contestants will read 4 different passages from famous pieces of literature. Things like Huckleberry Finn, The Invisible Man, The Cat in the Hat Comes Back, and Those Curious Mollusks. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, when I sound the horn, these people will begin reading as fast as they can, all at the same time. When they get to page 2, they will put one hand on their head. When they get to page 3, they will hold their hands together. And when they get to page 4, they will do entire page 4 while squeezing their nose. First one finished, let us know. This is the championship of the universe. Get your lips ready. Begin reading.
Say, who is you? What cats if I didn't hear snuff of well, I know what's going to say. I sit down here, just so he gets on the ground. So you sit down and get me talk me in time. You learn how to play golf tree and stretches like to when I touch one of mine.
Legs out till one of his nose began to itch till his ears came into my eyes, and a dash scratched and it began to itch and said, got itching underneath. I don't know, still
longer. It was an itchy 11 place or not. I recognize it because it's on
she hard to try.
I was began to breathe heavy next to me, sorry, and I was pretty couple.
Had a bone longer than this just to try, just then Jim began to breathe heavy and began to snore, then I was pretty soon comfortable again. But there is no head, it is easy, it's really clever, so the headless man took off the coat, shirt, pie, and underwear, there was no body, and underneath just a few chemicals mixed together, and the voice strange as this takes place. Blimey, he's invisible, cried the villager. Just a few chemicals laughed at the stranger, just a little like this, and injected his flesh into bone away into the invisible man. Come, who come here to secret Rob Rich in here. The invisible laugh rang out in the room and the invisible man was free and he was mad. Do you know where I found him when he was? He was eating a cake in a tub. Yes, he was. The hot water was on and the cold water was on too, and the house was the cat. The bad thing was to do, but I did eat the cake in the tub, laugh at the cat, try the time of the cat as a sat. Some stay sails and floater shells and some of those Olympic Harrigan hat, which we found in Europe, a white cap-like shell and its one-side peak, twist top. It looked like kind of a cap a Harrigan peasant used to wear. The doctor...
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. We have a winner here from Rosemont School, Robin the Flash Graff. Let's hear it for her. A very, very tough competition, I don't mind telling you. You win the Switchback Speed Reading Championship trophy. Here you go. Proudly display that to the folks at home. Give them a wave. There it is, your Speed Reading champion for 1986. We'll be doing this in the future, and of course, everybody else will also win Canadian Short Track Speed Skating Championship tickets. That's coming to Regina next weekend. Gaetan Boucher, in fact, will be our guest next weekend. But right now, we got to go to the godfather of soul. Yeah, James Brown. Woo! Living in America. We're having a great time here, Saskatchewan. Hope you guys had a really good time watching Switchback this morning. Our contest question for this week, one more time, is to tell us the meaning of the word Chautauqua. Write that down and send it to us. You know our Switchback address. We certainly want to thank our speed readers this week, Scott Speedo Beck, Melanie Lightning Lips Gerhardt, and the winner, Robin the Flash Graff. Also, Bob and Dana from Sun.Ergos. Thanks very much, guys. You can give us a minor wave there. Don't forget, this Tuesday night, the University of Regina, Tuesday night, 7:30, come and cheer on your favorite volleyball player. That would probably, oh, boy. Ooh. Your favorite volleyball player. Make a sign that says, Go Bill, go, or the chicken, go Bill, go, or go chicken, go. Any of those things. Bring it out to the university. We're going to have a lot of fun. On next week's program, Olympic medalist Gaetan Boucher will be in our studio. So a lot of fun to see an Olympic champion. I'm a man-eating plant. We'll see you guys next week on Switchback.
This is CBC Television.